right, good morning guys. What is going on? Today on the TheKenFlash show, we are going to get into getting rid of your vices. We are going to learn the difference between having those vices master you and you be a master of your vices. Anytime our vices master us in life, trust and believe it is taking us away from our vision. Our vision could be right here. If the vices are mastering us, we are operating over here. It is going to pull us away from the vision and the values we need to live by. So in life, I want you to remember that. Be a master of your vices. Don't allow your vices to master your life, because you want to have your vision up front, living by your values, producing victories every single day. Controlling your vices, that means you're living in alignment in order to live in your vocation. Now it's story time, guys. Let's get into a little story. And I'm going to talk about one of the lowest moments of my life. And why was that? That was because my vices was mastering my life. I would try to go out on the weekends. Cool, I'm going to have one drink here. One drink was turning into 4 days strong. Thursday night was my night. Not Friday, not Saturday, not Sunday. I started on Thursday. That was the way to go in. Boom, I would start at one bar, get the party rolling, drinks would start, and I would get to the place where, I would try to switch up my drinks. Let's say, hey, you know what? I'm going to just drink beer so I don't end up wasted. About 12 beers later, I'm wasted. And then that's when the other substances had to come into play in my life in order to keep me going, keep me rock and rolling, getting me back up where I'm not falling out or stumbling over. So other substances then came into play. One thing led to another. Thereafter, I would end up at a next bar once that one closed, club spot. That's how my Thursday evenings would go. One bar, just going as hard as I can until that spot closed, going to the next spot thereafter. I'd operate no sleep, end up in work the next day, make it through that day, because again, more substances allowing me to get through the day. Friday night comes around, I'm hitting up the same spot again or trying to go to dinner or something, but I can remember this lowest moment in my life. My substances were such in control of me and my vices were such in control of me that I was at a dinner, or we ended up trying to get some dinner, I should say. And I was just so completely smashed that I could not even eat the food. I was, all over the place, dropping food, just being a complete and total mess and shit face. Not somebody you would want to be around. The type of person that you would look across the bar and you would say, damn, I would hate for that person to be in my circle. Damn, I would not want to be that person. That was me that night, but numerous other times too. And I can remember taking myself and going to the bathroom in this restaurant and just being so out of it, turn around, lock the door, and fucking laid down on the floor and went to sleep. I don't know how much longer later, but what I do remember is banging on the door finally popping open, bunch of guys getting the door open, picking me up off the floor, like, come on, you can't be here sleeping. Get up. Pretty much revive me, get me back up, and I go back out and try to continue on my night. But I'm like, nah, fuck this, let's go. It was about that time to leave because I really was no use, no function. And because my vices were such in control of me, I wanted to push on and go to another bar. And I was just fighting against going home. Ended up getting to the bar, got in there, was completely no use. So eventually gave in and like, fuck it. All right, going home. But I say all that to say, I went through that level of embarrassment. I went through that level of being shit-faced. I went through that level of being a mess, being a complete waste for myself, being a complete waste for those around me, being a complete embarrassment for that entire restaurant, having to wake up in regret, having to wake up and think, oh my God, what did I do the night before? Waking up with that anxiety, not a fun feeling at all. Because you know the mess and the shit that you've created. And it's not the life that you want to live. It's not the place you want to be. I got to learn the lesson that this is not where I want to be. This is not how I operate my life. This is not the place that myself or anybody else should be at. Because vices are being in control of my life. And for as long as vices are in control of our lives, we're going to end up in a mess. And our vice can be a lot of different things. You know, my vice was drugs and alcohol. Vice can be so many different things. Could be emotional eating, could be pornography, could be habitual lying, many different things. And as long as those vices control our lives, we're not going to be able to live to our full value. We're not going to be able to live to those victories we want to produce. We're not going to live to that vision we see of ourselves and that bright light in that bright tunnel. So I got the opportunity to learn the success that I have, or the success that I can create, is removing the things that are anchoring me down, the things that are holding me back, the things that are not allowing me to pursue the life and become the person that I admire. So everything that I have today, I'm mentally feeling great. I am physically feeling great. Emotionally, I am stable. Spiritually, I continue to grow every day. I live a very happy life now. I live in a place of joy, peace, growth. But how is that produced? That is produced by coming to the realization that we need to master our vices, not have them master us. So I want to challenge you today to do whatever deep work is needed in your life in order to take yourself forward, in order to get yourself out of the rut where you're holding yourself back from becoming that best person that you can possibly be. Because when we don't, we're just going to stay in a repetitive cycle of regret, of anxiety, of depression, of unhappiness. And it's no fun for us to wake up like that every day, or it's no fun for us to live like that every day when we have so much more potential to give. Get rid of your vices. And that is going to be the lesson that I want you guys to take away today, and do whatever you need to do in your life in order to remove that anchor that is in your life holding you back from being that person that you're capable of being. Whether that's 12-step program, whether that's therapy, whether that's counseling, whether that's somebody you need to talk to, whatever your situation is, those are the things that's going to allow us to create change, because everything will stay the same until we have change created. Then we can start to move in a direction and close the gap on the goals that we have for our lives. Because isn't life so much sweeter when you get the opportunity to live that vision that you have in your mind? Isn't life so much sweeter when you got a body that you're happy with? No more big gut, or no more emotional eating that your gut is way over here. Isn't life so much sweeter when you're mentally stable and you feel great and feel amazing? Isn't life so much sweeter when you can provide and protect your family? Isn't life so much sweeter when you have that faith in yourself to know what you're capable of doing, and to know that you can trust yourself and you have confidence in yourself? That's where we want to be in life. That place is so much sweeter. And that's where I get the opportunity to live today. And that's where you have the opportunity to live also. But it all comes through knowing that we got to rid ourselves of these vices in order to live the vision that we want. Guys, this was the episode of The TheKenFlash Show. If you guys want to check out more, feel free to go to my YouTube channel, see what else is out there for you, see what else resonates with you. And I challenge you today to get rid of your vices, do the deep work that needs to be done in order to live in the vision and the vocation that you want to have for your life. I lived a shitty life at one point when my vices controlled me. Now I get to live in success, and I put the solutions in that I need. And you can do the exact same to live your happiest life and become the person that you admire. Peace and love. Have a great one.